Good morning, everybody. My name is Max Edwards. I'm the product evangelist for Kakapo Systems. And today I'm really excited to talk about one of our brand new features. We're going to talk about Unity and Teams presence monitoring from within. Now, what we're going to cover in today's webinar is we're going to talk about, what exactly is Teams presence monitoring, just so we're all on the same page here. We're going to go over some of the benefits of having this within Unity. We'll do a live demo just so you can see it in action. You can see what it looks like. We can talk about some of the different settings. We'll talk a little bit about just the licensing and provisioning because it's very easy. And then we'll wrap it up with a question and answer session. All right, so let's begin. Now, what is Teams presence monitoring? So Teams presence monitoring is simply just monitoring a user's presence from within Teams. So being able to see if they're available, if they're idle, away, on a call, or if they set a custom status, those types of things. Now, normally Unity just looks at your BroadWorks hook state or user presence when determining what to show for a user, whether to show them as busy or not. With this new feature, Unity can now also look at Microsoft Teams hook state or user presence and tell whether their colleague is on a BroadWorks call, a Teams call, away in Teams, or simply offline in Teams. So this doesn't apply to just phone calls within Microsoft Teams. This also applies to meetings within Microsoft Teams. So they could be in a meeting with 15 other people, and you'll still be able to see that from within Unity with this new feature. Now, who's going to benefit from it? The long answer and the short answer is busy receptionists and customers who utilize Microsoft Teams heavily. This added functionality is admittedly, it's going to be relatively quick to go through for one of our webinars. However, it is important and we wanted to show everyone this new feature. So without further delay, I'm going to go over to the live demo. All right, so we're using our Unity Supervisor client over here, and I'm currently set to unavailable and in a meeting, just so because while we're doing the webinar. And what I wanted to focus on is this contacts panel down here, and specifically the status section. Now, normally in Microsoft Teams, or sorry, in Unity, you're going to see just the BroadWorks user state. So, do not disturb. I'm on vacation. I'm in a meeting from this date until further notice. I'm away sick. You'll see those normal status messages. With this new feature, you're now also going to see Microsoft Teams user presence messages. So things such as away in Teams, offline in Teams. We can see Lee right now is on a Teams call, so he's also busy on Teams. So you can see that's a specific Teams call. It's not a BroadWorks call. We can see that we have some more people away in Teams. So you'll see basically what everyone's up to, whether they're utilizing their Teams client to do Teams meetings or make Microsoft Teams audio calls, or they're using their BroadWorks endpoint, such as a WebEx or a hard phone. Now, the licensing and provisioning for this feature is really simple, and we can see some updates as we're kind of talking about this. But the licensing and provisioning is very simple. There's just one license you assign to the user. So if you're provisioning a brand new customer, just assign the Microsoft Teams Presence Monitoring license with your agent, supervisor, or desktop anywhere, or reception license. And then that's all you have to do in order to provision the user for the service. And then if they're an existing customer, all you do is you just assign the Microsoft Teams presence monitoring license to them within the Unity Partner Portal. And that's all you have to do to provision it. Now, on the customer side, what we'll do to actually set it up is we'll go into settings and we'll talk about some of the options as well in here. And then once we're in settings, we'll open settings again, open up contact display, and then we're going to select Teams integration. So the only thing needed to actually integrate this and get it to work is just to click authorize here. A window will pop up. All you have to do is log in with your Microsoft credentials to authorize Unity to pull that Teams information in. And then basically you'll restart Unity after that. And then this is what it'll look like. You have authorized or I can delete token. And then you'll know it was successful when it says authorization token saved, and you can see the Microsoft Teams presence information below. Now, there are a few options from within this section. So if I'm displaying presence, so in this drop down here, I can show both, which is what I'm doing currently, which is going to show both Microsoft Teams as well as BroadWorks user presence. I can switch it to Teams takes priority. And then more or less, it's just going to show mostly what people are doing in Teams first and foremost. I can also change that to BroadWorks takes priority. And then if people were utilizing BroadWorks more heavily right now, you'd see more of your BroadWorks action up front and center compared to your Teams information. Now I'll keep that with show both, and then I like to keep always show on offline in Teams, just because it gives me more information about what my users are up to, the people that I like to keep in contact with. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about in here is the click to dial. So everyone should be familiar with the fact that Unity provides a click to dial platform. So I could double click one of these users and actually place a call out on my BroadWorks endpoint. If I have multiple devices, such as a soft phone and a hard phone set up, the way I have my configuration, it'll ring all, and then I just answer on the device that I want to place the call on. Now, if you have direct routing for Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft Teams is a BroadWorks endpoint, it will ring when you utilize this option, use BroadWorks. However, you have the other two options here. I had this one set before, but you have the option to utilize Teams when a contact is online, for instance. What this will do is this will actually place this call out on Teams for you instead of trying to place this call through a BroadWorks endpoint. The other option you have is just use Teams, and then this will just always try to place a call out on Teams. And then if that's not possible, you'll be able to call out through BroadWorks instead. All right, so at this point in time, I've actually covered everything that I wanted to cover on the live demo portion. So I'm going to flip back over to our presentation here. Now, one thing before we go to the question and answer is I wanted to mention that if anyone wants an additional demo or just wants to discuss Microsoft Teams presence within Unity, or wants to trial that with the internally or with some of their customers, all you have to do is contact us and we'll be happy to set that up. If you're in North America, just give myself an email, max.edwards@kakaposystems.com. If you're in Europe, reach out to Lee Fallon, lee.fallon@kakaposystems.com. Or if you're in a different continent, different country, that's not covered by North America or Europe, feel free to contact either one of us. We're both happy to help. Whoever's in a time zone that makes the most sense for you, feel free to reach out to. We're both happy to assist. All right, at this point in time, I've actually covered everything that I wanted to for my presentation. I know this is a little bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to invite Leon just to review any questions that we may have received.
Good afternoon, everybody. I've got a couple of questions, Max. Is this license available for the web clients?
The answer to that is yes, absolutely. So this feature is officially available for our web clients as well. It's not just for the Windows clients that I displayed it on. And by extension, that means it's also available within our Microsoft Teams applications. So if you have one of our Anywhere licenses that allows you to utilize the web client, the Windows client, or the Microsoft Teams application, and this new feature does apply to all three, so you can utilize it in any three. Great question. Any others, Lee?
Yes. Are there any more plans to integrate Unity within Teams?
Another great question there. So we are investigating right now the possibility of further integrations with Microsoft Teams. For instance, some ideas that we're considering are being able to integrate with Operator Connect, or potentially bringing Unity itself to the Microsoft Teams platform. So it can work with both BroadWorks and Microsoft Teams. However, I just wanted to stress that we're still in consideration for all these ideas, We haven't made any firm decisions, but within the next few months or over the next year, we'll be sure to announce any plans that we have, just so everyone can be aware.
No further questions. Thank you, Max.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, if anyone else does have any questions that they want to ask last minute, feel free to post it in the chat, and then I'll try to answer it before I finish wrapping up, or if not, we'll send you an email afterwards with the answer you're looking for. So just wanted to thank everyone for your time today in your morning or your afternoon for attending. We do appreciate it. This one was a little bit of a shorter webinar compared to the ones that we normally do, but we wanted to make sure that we got this feature out and we spoke about it a little bit more. So again, thank you so much for your time and your patience. If you are interested in any trials, additional discussions, or demos, feel free to reach out to either Lee or myself. And if there's anything else we can do to help, just let us know. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Take care and have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and happy holidays and happy New Year.